Elegbete TV and Radio. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
Hey, Monaco, what's up? Just like this song. But definitely this sound will change from tomorrow. Hey, official hip, how you doing? That is Canada. Canada has just no Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthews. You're gonna love to come with Elegbete on the spot. Let's have some fun tonight. Hey, Popo is there. Popo Sadiq is there. Monaco is there. Hey, official hip is there. I'm getting my guys today. Hey, DBH Chinedu is there. A lot of guys are showing up on Instagram. Nobody yet on YouTube, but then they're going to show up pretty soon. So how you guys doing today? We've got, you guys asked for it, and then the show is here now. So let's enjoy the show. Let's start with the new segment of the show, and then we'll move on to other items, all the peri-peri, all the garnishing, the garnishment that comes with the show. I'll start with the news, and then I take you through all of the extras that come with the show. The evening show, it's as a result of the people living in the diaspora, in the abroad, who says, they want the time we're doing the morning show, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., they are all asleep and they are part of the radio, so we should give them a night show. Night show Nigerian time will be good for them, so 9 to 10 p.m. we'll have this night wheels, and on the night wheels we'll drive the show on the basis of us doing reviews. For those of you who's been asking, do prediction, give us prediction, I've come to agree that we will be having predictions on the night wars. I mean, when the league resumes, 10 more games at the end of the season, right? So we'll have prediction, not like I used to do it on radio, but we'll just kind of like review games and then see what we can take. But let's jump in on the news segment and tell you what's happening in the news, some of the major headlines that have hit within throughout the day. It's boom or bust for Anthony Joshua because there is an opening for him to fight Tyson Fury. So new boxing needs a lift. For so long, it was Anthony Joshua who almost single-handedly carried the sport on his shoulder. The glory years are forever are over for him. Yet now the spotlight falls on Anthony Joshua again to return to the supremacy. Fans have had disappointment after disappointment in the last few months. 3 defeats in 4 fights has not been easy. Andrew Ruiz beat him, and then he beat Andrew Ruiz, and then Oleksandr Usyk beat him twice. So it's not been the same. Well, this conversation is as a result of that. Fans have had disappointment after disappointment in the last few months. First affairs with Conor Benn's bout with Chris Eubank Jr. being called off due to the former's failed drug test. Then Fury got our hopes up by offering Anthony Joshua a world title shot, only to then pull the rug from underneath him by settling last-minute deadlines. This month, with an undisputed showdown against Oleksandr Usyk seemingly locked in, talks were suddenly scrapped as the pair failed to agree terms. Boxing has been well and truly in the gutters. But Joshua now has the chance on Saturday to lift out again by securing a fight with Fury if he sees off Jermain Franklin at the O2 Arena on Saturday night. Now, before I go to other news, let me remind you guys that Anthony Joshua have won all the fight that he's had at the O2 Arena, so that seems to be his lucky ground for him. So he just might get things going at the O2 Arena. Again, remember there was supposed to be a fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury before the third fight with the Bronze Bomber came up. The trilogy with the Bronze Bomber came up, and that fight went off. That was one big fight because the Saudis wanted that fight to go on, and they had promised Tyson Fury 170 million pounds if he agrees to fight the fight. And then also they were willing to give Anthony Joshua, I think, about 50 or 80 million as well. But then that fight didn't hold. And now that's how Tyson Fury is pricing himself. That's also part of the reason why the fight with Oleksandr Usyk was called off. So he called the bluff of Oleksandr Usyk, and Usyk called his bluff back and said, okay, we will fight. And then he came and said it's 70-30, and he agreed. But then Usyk, being a smart guy, now said, if I beat you and there is a rematch, this time, because I'm the one who beat you, I am going to take the 70, you're going to take the 30. Tyson Fury is a greedy bastard. We all know that. He likes the money more than the fight. It's not in the fight for the sake of boxing. It's in the fight for the sake of the money. And he refused because somewhere at the back of his mind, he knows that there is a possibility that Oleksandr Usyk will beat him. And that is what he was afraid of. Say, I told you that. Well, let's go to Manchester United and tell you this, that there is already money in the bank locked down for Harry Kane, meaning that they're either going to sign Harry Kane and then sign Osimhen, or probably Osimhen is not coming to Manchester United. Manchester United chiefs have sanctioned funds ahead of potential bid for Harry Kane in the summer as the Red Devils prepare to launch an £80 million offer for the Spurs and England striker. What do you guys think about Harry Kane? Do you think that's going to be the money? That money is going to be enough for him to go? Well, Kane has been linked with a move away from London this summer amid the disarray surrounding Spurs following Antonio Conte's dramatic sacking this week. Okay, I can't thank you enough. This is what Gary Bay have to say. Yeah. So first, before I go to Gary Bay's, thank you on his final day. Sent forth into retirement and appreciation by the fans of Wales. Let's talk about the fact that Harry Kane is somewhat. I mean, Spurs have not come out to say they're selling. Well, Spurs have never said they're selling any player. They always pretend like they don't want to sell, so that you are the one that is asking. You will pay over the top. But remember, there was a time where there was 150 million, 120 million, 130 million, 140 million for Harry Kane. They didn't sell. Have they made a good business by keeping him, paying him all the money that they paid him, renewing his contract, and now it's up to go? Yes, it's become their all-time record goal scorer. That is all there is. There's no title to support it. There's no title for England, no title for Spurs, but at least in England is their all-time highest goal scorer over with Ronina, and in Spurs is their all-time highest goal scorer. It doesn't look like anybody would outscore him in his lifetime the way things are. But then time for him to do a Robbie Van Persie. Okay, it's just the time for him to say, you know what, I don't care anymore. I don't care what you guys say. No matter what happened, I'm ready to leave. I'm leaving this town now. I'm going to another town. I'm gonna take my hoe to the Old Town Road, right till I can. Is it time for him to go on that Old Town Road and go to Manchester United and say, you know what, next season we're going to win it? Remember, Manchester United have won the title in 10 years. I made that prediction. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, and it does look like Man United might just come into the title race next season. But let me say this up front. If Man City does not win the title this season, Arsenal wins it, it means that Manchester United's chance of winning the next season is not even clear, because I don't see Pep Guardiola going 2 seasons not winning the Premier League title. And then there are other teams that are going to be in the title race. Chelsea will need to flush out some players and then bring in some more players. Players like Aubameyang has to go. Some players have to go anyway. If you're Chelsea fans, you can, on the comment section, list all the players that you think needs to be kicked out of Chelsea so that Chelsea can become a team. Right now, Chelsea look like a beautiful flower surrounded by a lot of thorns. So it's hard to go pluck the flower. And then if you don't pluck the flower and use it for purpose, the flower will wither just as time goes away. Maybe as the sun comes, it will wither. So that's the thing with Tottenham Hotspur right now. With Chelsea right now. So if you're a Chelsea fan or you know football enough and you know the Chelsea team enough, tell me about 6 or 7 players that need to be wielded at. Just the same way Arsenal are also planning to take out about 4, 5, or 6 or 7 players as well, so that they can bring in the players of their desire. Declan Rice is there, Yuri Tillemans is there, a few other players that they think they can bring. People ask me about Yuri Tillemans, and this is what I've got to say. I'm not really a diehard fan of Yuri Tillemans, but if Yuri Tillemans is available for a free, why not get him? Please go get him, because Yuri Tillemans would add more value to the team than a Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson, yes, scored that goal against Bournemouth. I will not go here one again. The thing is, the boy is still a Holocaust player. He's still always caught in between decisions. He's still absent-minded. He's still, trapped somewhere in what he wants to be and what he is right now. Okay, it's a case of what you order versus what you got. Well, let's move to the story of Gary Bale. I can't thank you enough. Gary Bale says emotional goodbye to Wales fans ahead of the Euro 2024 qualifiers with Latvia at the Cardiff Stadium. I'm going to also give you a result of matches that are going on in the Euros qualifiers as it is. After Real Madrid winger retired in January. Okay, let's move a little bit to the conversation. Okay, new European sides will take on Latvia in the Euro 2024 qualifiers. Ahead, that match is already on. Ahead of kickoff, supporters were treated to a message from the country's record goal scorer and one of their all-time best player. And it felt good that he has retired after the World Cup, and now they are saying thank you to him. I think that's the way it should be done. Anthony Joshua says he will retire. So talking about retire, it's retirement after retirement, back to back, okay? Back to back to back to back to back. And they say, Ahmed Musa retire. Ahmed Musa said, no, when my body tell me I should retire, I will retire. But right now, my body says I shouldn't because my club in Turkey still play me regularly and they still pay my salary. I'm not retiring. I'm going to be coming to this camp regularly after Ramadan Namonea to the flight to come. Well, Anthony Joshua says I'll retire he says he will retire if he loses to Jermain Franklin. That means Jermain Franklin, you're not going to beat me. In other words, that's what Anthony Joshua is saying. Jermain Franklin, you can't beat me. There's nothing in this fight that is stopping me from beating you. I'm going to clean you. I'm going to clean you out. I'm going to take you and kick you in your butt. I'm talking about butt. Jermain Franklin also spoke to the press and he said it would knock him down on his butt. Let's just hope that one person knocked that person out. This is not the kind of fight you want to see run the whole course. You want to see a knockout in this fight. It will give Jermain Franklin confidence if he wins. It will also give confidence to Anthony Joshua if he wins by knockout. But if this fight drags to the end and then it goes to point decision, you could just look at this and say, I beg shift. Well, he's claiming he will be laughing and loving life after he breaks free of his chains. I don't know what chains is that, but I know that there's a song that says shackles on my feet, then I can dance. I just want to praise it. I think Joshua has admitted he will retire from boxing on Saturday evening if he loses to Jermain Franklin in his comeback fight at the O2 Arena. Well, Babalawo made a miss carry through inside his own shrine. So anybody carry 4 put, he go say now where the gods want to be. Arsenal are sweating in the fitness, looking at the fitness of William Saliba and Thomas Partey, while Eddie Hearn is closing in on the return to the league leaders. Okay, the latest team news ahead of the Gunners Premier League clash with Leeds United. That match is a potential banana peels. Arsenal should not go into that game thinking, it's a done deal, it's Leeds United. No, these are the kind of game that happen. Remember, 10 games to the end of last season, Arsenal were in pole position to make top 4. Just, played the normal games. Then they went to Crystal Palace and they lost. They went to Newcastle, they lost. There was Southampton that they lost. And then Tottenham Hotspur, they also lost. And then one other team, Brighton and Hove, if I'm not making a mistake now, they lost. And then before you know it, they couldn't make the top 4. They were coasting. They had gone 13 games unbeaten. So these are the kind of games. And I like the way Arteta has called it. Arteta said every game is a finals, so it is one more finals. The last final they played, they won. This is another finals. If they keep winning like this to the end of the season, definitely they are champions. But there is Liverpool and then there is Man City to come, and they are going to Anfield and Etihad. Remember the last time they went there? They trained, playing. You never walk alone at the Arsenal training ground. It didn't change anything. Mikel Arteta will be sweating over the fitness of a few key players heading into the showdown. As the Gunners look to extend their lead at the top, they better do that. If not, wahala good day. Well, there is a thunder and fire that are sending towards a Liverpool player, just as if Liverpool have not had it bad enough. Well, 2 Dutch legends, 2 Dutch heroes, 2 of the greatest players to ever play for the Dutch national team beside Johan Cruyff have come for one man who they say is all noise, no action. Audio money you get, audio ability you get. Okay, this is how they say it. He makes noise but says nothing. He creates chaos. Virgil van Dijk is slammed by Dutch legend Marco van Basten, and Ruud Gullit suggests he is arrogant as Liverpool star centre-back faces scrutiny in Holland. Virgil van Dijk makes noise but says nothing for Holland. Regis Marco van Basten, one of the best strikers to ever play the game, retired at the age of 29 because of bad doctors and bad treatment to his ankle that kept on paining him, and he had to retire at his prime. Oh, what a beautiful goal he scored against Russia in the Euro of 1988. Netherlands legend Marco van Basten has turned into Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk for creating chaos for the team in their 4-0 thrashing by France as he questioned his leadership ability. The Dutch captain had a game to forget in the heart of defense during Ronald Koeman's first game back in charge of the team as Les Bleus ran riot in their Euro 2024 qualifiers on Friday. He fared better in their next game against lowly Gibraltar in a 3-0 win on Monday, but he did not escape the rout of Marco, the great, legendary, and iconic Van Basten, who believe he is not fit to wear the captain's armband because he does not communicate enough. Well, let's go to an Italian coach who says, I want more. Everybody spread love. Give me some more. I want to be in charge of the team. Give me some more. That's exactly what this man is singing right now. He's not busting around, but he's trying to do something like that's exactly what he's trying to do. Because Roberto Di Zerbi, the Italian man, he said he wants more control. Well, we've had one Italian who showed up to the press conference, speak his truth, spoke his mind, and said everything that he wanted to, spit out all the things he wanted to, but eventually he got fired. Now this man is speaking his truth again. Roberto Di Zerbi says he wants more, he wants control over the kind of players that they bring in the transfer window. This might just lead to sack. Because Brighton and Hove doesn't work that way. Well, this is a story. Roberto Di Zerbi say he wants more control over Brighton's transfer plans, with the Italian keen to have a greater input when it comes to scouting and recruitment amidst interest from Europe's elite club. The Italian has done a fine job since replacing Mugu Potter, keeping Brighton firmly in the hunt for European football while playing some of the most exciting football. Well, that's the way it is. Let's hope that it will be given a chance. But let's go to a club that played exciting football last season, but were terrible this season. They've gone 13 games without winning, and then they fired the coach, a black man, Patrick Vieira, former Arsenal captain and former French World Cup and Euro Cup winner, was fired. And then one man who's been the ancient of days of football, one of the few English coaches that you can point to and say this man have won the league. Yes, he won the league in Sweden. I was in Sweden, so I know. This man won the league in Sweden playing the 4-4-2 system. And they talk about him when you go to Sweden, he's talked about like a demigod. Yes, I'm talking about the old man, 65 or 66 years old, Roy Hodgson. Okay, it demands a lack of fear from his Crystal Palace side as he gets set to return to the dugout against Leicester on Saturday. He said, look, fear not, for I am with you even unto the ends of the world. Yes, the Nigerian under 23 didn't qualify. Everybody's talking about that. Well, I wasn't expecting anything different anyway. Come on, we didn't win at home. We didn't play well. The game we played at home was shitty. Let's be very, very honest. It is what our football have become. Well, because it is what it is. So let's, those of you that are talking about it, it's not on my talking point. I don't even want to bother about it. There are some things I don't want to bother my head about. So can you just leave it? The 75-year-old former England manager who was in charge of the Eagles between 2017 and 2021 last week returned to Selhurst Park on the contract until the end of the season. So it's a Balabroo contract, okay? It's a town hall meeting. But in this case, they made a down payment for roasted corn, roasted yam, even pepper sauce, and the rest of them, as it is like this. Marcus Rashford rejected. The story has come out. And the reason why this story is coming out, I know why. The one Manchester United new owner, whoever the new owners will be, when they decide to renegotiate players' contract, they should know where they will start negotiating with Marcus Rashford. Because if Arsenal can agree to pay £300,000 a week for Bukayo Saka, and some people in England are saying Bukayo Saka is worth more than that. Guys, please, if you're on the show, you're watching whether on Instagram or you're watching via YouTube, do you think that Bukayo Saka is worth more than £300,000 a week? I thought it doesn't. It's not even worth it anyway. Well, but then the market has changed. Marcus Rashford rejected PSG eye-watering offer of a £400,000 a week last summer to stay put at Manchester United, with the strikers in talk over a bumper new Old Trafford deal following a sublime run of form. Okay, the Manchester United star is currently enjoying the best goal scoring season of his career so far, having shown himself to be integral to Erik ten Hag's transformation of the club. Let's see what goes on. I talk about new contract. Well, another player I've been given a good contract. Arsenal's Bukayo Saka is the best right winger in the world, according to former Blackburn striker, former strike partner of Alan Shearer, Chris Sutton, okay, who eventually went to Chelsea. He said, trying to name a better right winger in the world this season than Bukayo Saka, and I think he will struggle. Mohamed Salah has not been the same footballing force for Liverpool this season. Riyad Mahrez is incredibly talented for Manchester City, but I would rank Saka ahead of him, and I won't be taking any suggestion of Anthony. Okay, Anthony, DJ Anthony, you know DJ Anthony, that guy that do ton. Okay, seriously, the United man probably has Saka poster hanging on his bedroom wall. I don't know if that is true, but that is the word according to Chris Sutton, a man who should know, who's seen white players supply him over the years. So I put it to you, and I come to you guys, and I need your opinion on this one. Is Bukayo Saka the best right-wing player, the best white player in the world right now? Well, that's not the only conversation we're going to have. That the major conversation for the show this evening is if you have the powers, okay, if you have the powers, the ability to bring back five past players from any generation. It doesn't necessarily have to be your team's former player, but five past player from any generation, and sign them to your club at their peak right now. Bring them to your club and get them to sign. Who would it be? That's the question that I have for you tonight. So if you are in the conversation, please list your five players that you think we should bring. Matthew Yakubu, is this the goalkeeper? I think I had an interview with him sometime. Is this the goalkeeper or someone else? But I think he is, because the picture shows me that that's Matthew Yakubu. Matthew Yakubu, how you doing? What's going on at your end? You want to join us live from Instagram? It would be nice to have you and talk to you, because we're having goalkeeping problem for the Super Eagles. Wouldn't you be interested to be the goalkeeper? I mean, next match we know that Francis Uzo would not be eligible to keep for us when we play our next match in September, and that's because, is it September or June? June or September? I don't know. That's because somehow he's picked up a second yellow card, so he's going to miss the next game. He's not going to be invited. What if they invite Matthew Yakubu? I don't know. I'm just saying, Matthew Yakubu, if you're there, if you want us to have a talk about it, call me. But I know footballers are he will not. Footballers are shy. They don't like having this type of conversation. Tell you he's not interested. But if you get the invitation, for instance, if you get the invitation, let's be honest here, Matthew Yakubu, you get the invitation, all of a sudden, Ganatro calls you the way he called the guy from Yum Yum FC. He just put a call to you. I said, it's not Ganatro, Joseph Pesero. He said, my name is Joseph Pesero, the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I want you to come and be my number one goalkeeper. How would you react to it? Okay, that's what I want to know. Well, let me look at these guys that are here. As Patrick say, players of the past that he will bring. Messi have not retired, so you cannot call a player that is active. Messi is a Paris Saint-Germain player. Is Patrick, you are a thief. Okay, focus on players that are already retired. Past. The word is past. Okay, focus on that one. 5 past players. Bring 5 players from the past. Whether they are dead or living, I don't care, but bring 5 players from the past. Who are your 5 players that you will bring? Iniesta, he said Messi, Iniesta, Gerrard, Suarez, Zidane. Having these guys in midfield and attack, Liverpool will be unstoppable. Wow. First off, let me look at that. Let me just give you a buy and say, okay, let's leave Messi in this team. So Messi and Suarez once again. Steven Gerrard and Zidane in midfield. Iniesta as well. Oh my God. Who will be marking for you guys, Sha? Let's say Steven Gerrard will be the one marking, will be the one doing the Jackie walk. But then, it does look good anyway. It does look good. You can chime in. Matthew Yakubu, he said it will be a pleasure and always an honor to serve Nigeria. Ay, Jesus, guys, give me a political answer. All Nigerian footballers, all of them don't learn this. All of them don't learn this line, Sha. But it's the right one. Let's be honest. You know, we used to have the era where everybody said, "We thank the Lord, we thank the Lord." I practically fought that statement out of Nigerian player. And please, guys, I'm a child of God. Okay, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. It's not like I don't, but I mean, if you want to employ a driver, and during the interview, I said, "Can you drive?" And the driver said, "By the grace of God." Are you going to employ that driver? Even if you're a pastor, even if you're the most Holy Ghosted person, he said, "By the grace of God, I can drive. I have faith in God that I can drive. I can drive through Christ that strengthens me." And he started quoting all the scripture. Even in the process, he just gave you some tongues. He sakabo, sikera, gadabo, si. I can drive through Christ that strengthens me. Would you not look at the guy and say, I thought me land with the face, so now like this we take drive enter river, please. Or now like this we take drive enter under Dangote truck, please. Pack your load and go in Jesus' name. You driving spirit, pack your load. Yes, you're gonna have a finish human. Okay, Drake Cruz, he say, "How are you, Daffy? I'm fine. I do appreciate the time for the night broadcast. You people asked for it, and now you people are not here. You people were here yesterday, and I was excited like it's gonna be regular. Now you people are not here. You people asked me for this evening show. Even I just stress me, say people not there here, and I'm not getting the response that I need. I'll just hang the show off. Not be big deal. I should be stretching my legs and watching TV right now. I'm having fun. You guys dragged me to be here. Now I am here. I cannot see you people. I'm asking a very simple question. Give me something to work with. I've done my new segment. It's your own segment now, and I'm not seeing you people here. Matthew Yakubu said, I was invited once, but didn't get the chance to play, but always ready and prepared for a chance. Yes, I remember when you were invited. Remember, it was just about the time I interviewed you. You remember that time, right? And I think that checking your play at the time, you deserve your invite. I don't know what happened. It was Genotro. I think it was Genotro that invited you. I remember also asking him, and he said he had watched you, and somebody sent him your tapes and all your clips and all that, and he watched it, and he was impressed. He wanted you to be there so that you could grow with the team, but then you didn't. And maybe you got injured. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. Maybe you got injured, and then things changed. I don't know what happened, but I mean, everybody's gonna have their time. I think the Super Eagles. If I'm a goalkeeper right now and I'm keeping anywhere, whether in Nigerian league or abroad, I'll be having hope. I'll be believing that come on, I can lay my claim because the team in itself we don't have a goalkeeper. And I'm sorry. This is not me disrespecting Francis Uzoho or anybody. Maduka Okoye is more interested in his fineness than his being a goalkeeper. It's not serious. Daniel Akpeyi have done a good job for himself. Every time he's called upon, they go, "Oh, he's my brother, so I'm going to defend it." No, that's not true. I think it's done well of the lot. Francis Uzoho is the luckiest person. He's just a guy that the coaches likes to call, even though he's not done well. He's had a game, like I said in the morning, he's had a game of games. But you see, as a goalkeeper, as a footballer, you cannot depend on one single game. You've got to be consistent. You've got to do that thing on a regular basis, and he's not been able to do that. Okay. Matthew Yakubu said, I got injured and did surgery, was out for a long. Oh my God, sorry, dear. That was out for 1 year. Sorry, dear. Sorry about that. But I hope you're recovering and I hope you're getting better. Okay, so for those of you on YouTube that are not seeing what I'm reading, he's on Instagram, and I wish he's on YouTube so that he's typing this thing and it can be locked there and be seen for a very long time anyway with you guys. But he's on Instagram. Matthew Yakubu is one of the players that I've interviewed in time past. He's a goalkeeper, he's a Nigerian goalkeeper, and he's doing well. Can you give me update of what your situation is right now? Have you recovered fully? Have you returned to playing ball? Keeping? You're just still rehabilitating. You're still recovering. You've started playing actively in goal and all that. Let's know your state right now. What's happened? To be out of the game for 1 year, that's a pretty long time in footballing terms. Like they say, if you leave the game for 1 week, the game will leave you for 6 weeks. So if you leave the game for 1 year, practically the game has left you for like 6 years. But with determination and will, if Gail Davis could come back after sickness and everything and run for the dream and win, anybody can come back. So coming back is not as a matter of fact, sports is laden with comeback stories. So the comeback story is the best story in sports ever. So please give us update on what your situation is. Let me move further to people on YouTube and see what's going on there. Okay, Dre Cruz, says, how are you, Edafe? I do appreciate the time for the night broadcast. Thank you very much. As Patrick say, Virgil van Dijk has not been great this season, complaining and grumbling all the time. And then he went on to say, boss, with the way the world is nowadays, 300K per week for a top performer in the EPL is not so extreme again. Things don't change. I agree with you. Hey, Roland is here. Hybrid 10. He said, are they here? Okay. Damola Ibrahim, he said, so no Olympic for our under 23 next year. Salusi, do this one back to back. We're not going to the Olympics football event. Here's a Patrick. And the thing about Salusi, nobody can defend him anymore. This is like saying, okay, he's closed the door on him. He's been an Hausa man, cannot defend him. He's been a coach, nothing can defend him anymore. I think this is the end of the road for him. Everybody would have to accept that Salisu will not try to defend you, to back you up, to give you an opportunity, but you've not taken the chance that you have. We've got to go. Well, if all these guys don't go, to me, I'm always thinking Machiavellian. It takes one kingdom to fall for another to rise. If all these guys don't fall off, people like Coach Olamide will not have a chance to come in. People like Coach Ayere, who's in Dubai right now doing well for himself, will not have the chance to come in. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that with the failure of these coaches, the system will also auto-immune itself, okay, auto-repair itself. And then when these young coaches who are not politicians, who are not, crafty in their in the negative ways, would be able to come in and offer professional work. I'm not sure anyway that Coalition Ahmed would gladly allow somebody like Olumide who to leave his beyond limit, was doing a great job there. I mean, if you ever listen to him, you can listen to the interview I had with Olumide some time ago, and you would understand what I'm saying. There's a long interview that we have, part one and part two. It's very beautiful. The way he articulates, the way he talk about the game, the way he shares his whole story, his mom, his dad, his family, and everything. It's a very beautiful one. It's something you would want to watch. Go search for it, and you will see it. I could tweet it maybe tomorrow and share it, and some people will see. All right. So, as about to say, if I had another chance to add one more player, it would be Claude Makalele playing DM. That's 6. You're greedy. I said 5. Guys, I said pick 5 players from the past, 5 players that are retired, whether dead or living, and you can sign them back into the team, whatever team you support. Let us know what the team you support and put them there and tell us why you're picking those 5 players. That's the conversation for today. I've got some tidbits to give to you as the show progresses. We've reached the half-hour mark on the show anyway. Lord Mayor say, boss, I hello, but I just wake up for sleep 4:25 a.m. Wait, now like play, and they just kill me one day. I do show in the morning in Nigeria here. Yeah? Some people say no, na night for when a day. Make I change the time tonight. Now I'm doing night. You're telling me you're just waking up. What do you need me to do? That's why it's YouTube. The show is gonna be there, and anytime you can still watch it again, right? So it's not really bad, but I mean I'm trying my best, okay? And if you live around this neighborhood, this Ajah neighborhood, and you feel like you want to share the studio with me in the evening or in the morning, I mean, you can drop by and be a guest on my show. Okay, it's not a regular thing, but you can just drop by anytime. And let's see, where is Matthew Yakubu? I think he's gone. Oh, okay. It was explaining to me I was out for 1 year. I asked him a few other questions whether he's back into active performance now, but I mean, it's gone. Well, I mean, thank you for your time on the show. If you're still there, please talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Okay. Happy to say, honestly, I like this time slot. This is the sweet spot for us here. All right. So you now need to gather all of you people in the US and let them know that. I mean, I'm not comfortable anymore with doing a show live and then I have only 5 or 7 people on the stream. No. So if it continues like this, me no day. I'll put the plug. I'll stick with my money because I like that money. This evening, this is the time I'm supposed to be reading some books with my children, and I'm giving it here, and then I'm having 7 people. It doesn't work that way. Okay. I pretend say at Lord Mayor, you did China. Okay, but Lord Mayor, where you put this? That reminds me. I didn't even ask. See, like the China, that should be like Australia also. Here's a Patrick say Australia or New Zealand or somewhere. I don't know. Here's a Patrick say, boss, which club does he play for? I think we give him following ASAP. Yeah, that's true. Matthew Yakubu, what's the name of your club now? Where you play? Come and talk to us now. You just disappeared. Don't be shy, you. So make everybody follow you on Instagram. We'll know where you do. Here's a Patrick say, I follow his team too. Lord Mayor, I say so. Nigeria did not qualify for Olympics. Guinea win Nigeria under 23. When I watched the first leg, I was in Abuja. I saw that first leg. I knew that they would beat us. It's not something to think about. The way we played in the first leg and the way they played us, the confidence. You almost think that it's the Guinea Conakry team that was at home. And I remember, I interviewed their coach. Now, even though they were speaking French, there was somebody that was translating. When I not take the one I even treat that interview, don't make me know so that they're narrated. When I never take her serious, but I do a video where no talk, nothing, just zoom in and zoom out over 20,000 views. Nigerians. Now see the people when they are narrate now don't beat us. I say they be. Good for us. What could do like that sometimes? Well, here's the Patrick say, I won't be surprised if Coach Salisu retains the job. Niger doings, they shock me again. Okay, Ola Matthew is here, and this is what he's going to say. Ola Matthew said, past 5 players I would like to have in my team are Claude Makalele, D. Ronaldo da Lima, okay, Paul Scholes, Casillas, and Javi. You didn't tell us your team, and you didn't tell us why you're bringing these 5 players, but anyhow, we'll take it like that. Hybrid 10, I beg, don't put the plug, it's not easy. Okay, I know it's not easy, but I'm just stating my own pain as well. Sylvester Okakuro, okay, Okakuro says, what was the Guinness score? Okay, now, they ask me, people who follow the game, what was the score? When I can tell the person where they ask, when I help her, because me, I know they for this one. I don't follow the game. I didn't follow the game. I won't lie to you, because from the first leg, I told everybody around me that we're out. They said, no, we can go there and pull a surprise. I don't be a little faith. I said, this is not be. They don't get faith of football now. This is not be faith matter. This is just the thing that these boys, why they see. I don't see enough football to know that this guy will go home and they'll be confident, saying what they did to us. They'll beat our boys. Okay? And that's exactly what's happened. Lord Mayor say they for Philippines. Okay, Philippines, the land of the Philippines. The thing I want to talk now, I feel talking and I feel people for trouble. So let me shut up. Let me not say anything. But that's what I say do. Hybrid. So Demola Ibrahim says, I would love to bring back Dennis Beckham, Ronaldo da Lima, Philip Lam, Zidane, Anthony Adams to Arsenal. Tony Adams, of all great defenders in the world, like Maldini, Fabio Cannavaro, and the rest of them, is Tony Adams, that's alcoholic, Ogogoro man that you want to go and bring back. Arsenal not going to see, well, with Lam, Zidane, and Ronaldo da Lima. Dennis Beckham will not go still green fly. Now you want to bring. Have you not had enough of him? Every time he say, Joshua is improving, viewership is better, it is just taking time. This slow growth means it will be sustained. Obviously, yeah, I know that. I know it definitely will be sustained for sure. Let me say, I did Philippines. So for those of you who's wondering, please bear with our brother. He's in the Philippines. It's a Patrick. He said, I swear, Nigerians say, no, they really rate any other African country where no be Ghana. The rest be like Chad to us. Return. He said, oh, Southeast Asia. Yes, so as a Patrick say, I talk up at Lord Mayor, that night work, that night work Philippines. Lord Mayor, I shall say you will be IDG. Oh, I don't understand. We shall be IDG. I don't know what that would be though. But let me give you guys some very, very funny information in football that you can take to the bank. Okay, let's do with some fat files. Do you know that even though Monaco is in France, right? But you know that Monaco is a country of its own, and a lot of people don't know that. But I just thought I should share that with you people. Monaco is a country of its own. It's actually called the Principality. Okay, the Principality Municipal. Like it's a country of its own. It has a population of 38,682, and the area, the size of the place is just 2 kilometers square. Sorry. That's the size of Monaco. There's another country inside of Italy. But the thing about Monaco is these are any country I mentioned in this space, the 8 countries I'm going to mention, are countries of their own, just the way Catalonia wants that kind of recognition as well. But FIFA said they are too small to be given a slot to qualify for the World Cup because they just might not qualify. They might or might not qualify, but FIFA feels like, I beg, follow your country where you deal with, which is France. So they did give them. Another country that is inside Italy, countries that are inside country, another country that is inside Italy that is not giving a FIFA recognition. So they cannot have a team that plays at the World Cup, but they do have a team. And this team this country was created in 1994. I'm sure if you're a Catholic person, you already know this country. But before I tell you about this country, let me read the players that this man is going to bring. Lexi says, the 5 players I wish to be in the current Arsenal team are Sanchez, Cazorla, Vieira, Henry, and Aneka, all in their prime. Why are they all former Arsenal? It doesn't necessarily have to be former players of the team anyway. It could be players from anywhere in the world, any generation. But I like the players that you brought in. If I was going to bring 5 former Arsenal players, I'm sure Vieira, Henry, and Anelka will be there. Alexis Sanchez, it will be turn. I'm not going to bring him. Santi Cazorla, I do like him, but I'd rather bring Ozil at his prime. And I guess I'll bring Robert Perez at his prime in place of Sanchez, because Robert Perez, nobody does the short 1-2 better than him. Okay, and he doesn't keep the ball for too long. Okay, so the country that I'm talking about that is inside Italy, of course, they have their own team, which was created in 1994 with 25 years of life. They still aren't recognized by FIFA. That is the Vatican. Okay, they call it Vatican City, but it's a country of its own. And I dare to say that the Vatican City is one of the world's most powerful country. The Vatican on its own is one of the most powerful country. As a matter of fact, if you talk about global citizenship, I think they have more citizens than any other country in the world. If you understand what I am saying, they have more citizens than any other country in the world. Because truly, if you're a Catholic person, you know the thing about Catholic that I love. I've never been to a wedding in Catholic, but I've never been like a member of Catholic Church. But let me tell you one thing about I love about Catholic. So if you live like Nigeria now, you decide to go to school in the US, you can go to your Catholic church here. They will give you a document, and you go to church, go to school in the US, and the Catholic Church over there, anywhere, anyway, they will take care of you, which is something very, very beautiful. And then talk about results of matches. Let's not forget that some matches are going down, qualifiers are going down. Spain went to play Scotland in Hampden Park. Okay, Hampden Park, and that place that Nigeria beat. No, not Hampden Park. That's not where they played that match. That one is in Dublin. Okay, that somebody beat Scotland in Hampden Park, where Thierry Henry scored a hand of Thierry Henry goal. And one way or the other, Spain decided, the Spanish coach decided to do over Sabi and do some adjustment to their squad. Guess what? Scotland beat them 2-0. So some of the matches that went down today that you need to get the result. Georgia and Norway played a 1-1 draw. Kosovo and Andorra played a 1-1 draw. Romania beat Belarus 2-1. Scotland beat Spain 2-0. Switzerland beat Israel 3-0. Israel might have a strong military presence. They might have the strongest spy service in the world. They might also have the best business project in the whole world. That one are for their pockets. When it comes to football, all of those things don't count. Still going on right now, 95th minute on the clock. Turkey are losing to Croatia at home 2-0. Wales earlier on also beat Latvia by 1-0. That game was used to do Sedford for Gareth Bale to say thank you for your service. You know that Gareth Bale only scored 3 goals in friendly matches. Every other goal that he scored to become the all-time record goal scorer for Wales, where in qualifiers or competitive games, that's how good the man is. Okay, he always deliver. Don't forget that African Cup of Nations qualification matches are still going on. Some are finished. Botswana lost to Equatorial Guinea 3-2 at home. Eswatini lost to Cape Verde 1-0. Malawi lost at home to Egypt 4-0. There's no joke there. There's no friendship there. Namibia beat Cameroon. Yes. Namibia beat Cameroon 2-1. Okay, while we're complaining over here in Nigeria, Cameroon are losing as well away from home. Gambia beat Mali. Yes, you heard me well. Gambia, the country that have more fish in Africa than any other country. Yes, if you visit Gambia, you know. My problem with Gambia, going to Gambia, is you go to Senegal, you're not traveling that long distance. The distance of going there. And then West African country, but sometimes you might even travel out of Africa to get there. So that's the difficulty. But you will shop fish, all your body will smell fish. Liberia lost at home to South Africa 2-1. Mozambique lost to Senegal 1-0. Tanzania lost to Uganda 1-0. Still going on right now. The Comoros are losing to Ivory Coast. It's 82 minutes on the clock. 2-0. Togo are playing against Burkina Faso, or the Burkina Babes, as you guys like to call them. 1-1 it is right now. Muammar Gaddafi may have been dead. The country may have been disarray, but Libya are playing. And it's a battle of North African teams as Tunisia are beating Libya. It's the first half of the game. For the 2 minutes on the clock going on for the 3, it's Tunisia leading 1-0. And Mauritania and DR Congo, that match will be played later. So for those of you who want to know what happened with Nigeria and the Guinea Conakry, Nigeria was beaten 2-0. So as it is, Nigeria out. Forget about it. We're not going to the Olympics. Well, it not surprised me anyway. From what I saw the first time, I know we're not going. Right. Adela has also mentioned it to that Scotland beat Spain. When he says Spain left Bade at home and bench Gavi and Morata, proper over Sabi, nine the key monkey. Okay, over Sabi, nine the key monkey. Exactly that is what happened. They will recover, not like they will not recover. I always say that it's better to learn the lesson at the early stage than to leave it for late. Well, I was giving you guys update on some countries that are not that are country on their own, but they are not on the FIFA list. Another country, I'm sure you've not heard the name of this country before. Yes, so Micronesia. Micronesia belongs to the Oceania region of the world, and its capital is Palikia. Okay, has more than 100,000 people and is 702 kilometers square, but they are not registered as a FIFA member, so they cannot play qualifiers like San Marino and the rest of them, or Gibraltar. Marshall Island, okay, is also another Oceania country of its own, and they became independent in 1990. Their national team kind of have big targets at an international level because FIFA did not recognize them. Okay, Tuvalu is another country that FIFA does not recognize. They were created in 1979. Okay, but no, national team has been around for quite a while now. It was created in 1979 with 11,819 inhabitants in that small island country. Also are not approved by FIFA. They keep knocking on the door of FIFA. Give us a chance to participate in the World Cup qualifications. Let's just have fun playing it if other people can. They say no. Okay, Palau is an archipelago country of more than 500 islands in the Pacific Ocean, whose national team was created in 1998. But FIFA say, Umbanu, you're not going to be part of us. Okay, Nauru is from Oceania as well, a small island nation in Micronesia. Micronesia, when they now approve, get island inside there will be your country on its own, and northeast of Australia, but their team isn't part of FIFA. Kiribati, okay, there's Kiribati Bankole, and then there is Kiribati. Hey, Tega, I see you. Tega Bani, I see you. Okay, there is Kiribati. Kiribati is also an island nation, but unfortunately, FIFA say no dice. So those are countries that are on their own seeking to be in the FIFA plate, but no dice. Tomorrow, for those of you who don't know, tomorrow I'm going to have an interview with a renowned German, one of the people who produced the German Bundesliga, who work to make sure that the German Bundesliga is seen all over the world. I'm going to interview him tomorrow. We're going to talk about Thomas Tuchel taking over at Bayern Munich, what happened to Julian Nagelsmann and all that. Julian Nagelsmann used to be a promise of the future. The guy that will take over the step of as a Flick, just the way Joachim Löw did with Jurgen Klinsmann. But unfortunately, it has not turned out to be. But well, there is high hope that Real Madrid or Chelsea or maybe Tottenham Hotspur will sign him. So there's still hope of a rise for him, getting over a setback and turning things around. I hate when coaches are sacked because there's an issue of boyfriend and girlfriend issue. Something that just pisses you off, like, okay, so what's the big deal because you're dating a journalist? But hey, it is what it is. We live in a world where, sometimes you can be victimized because of your babe, okay, or because of the woman you choose to roll with, okay? So that's what happened to him. But I guess he will bounce back, and the best way to bounce back, or the best way to prove people who doubt you wrong, is to win at the things that they think you cannot win at. That's the journey that I'm on, isn't it? So I know what it means to be on that path. Yes, Mr. Nesha says, nice to be part of your live show. Thank you. Seeing your plenty picture, globe trotting, enjoying the world. Love you plenty. Okay, I thank you very much for being on the show. I guess this is the first time I've ever seen you on my show. For those of you who don't know what Organitica is, that's my sister. That's the person I named my son after. Okay, so two players that play alike, Kylian Mbappe and Cristiano Ronaldo. You've never thought about it, but now that I just mentioned it, go back and think about it. You will see that they do play alike. So let me give you a little footnote that I wrote on this player. Kylian Mbappe is seen as the next great football superstar and one of the key, most likely to take over as the best player in world football. Mbappe has admitted in the past that he considers Cristiano Ronaldo to be a role model. The France international boasts great physical qualities as well as technical skills, giving Cristiano Ronaldo made his name due to his world-class physical capabilities during his prime. It is not surprising to see Mbappe compared to Cristiano Ronaldo. There are some things about these two guys that does look alike. Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez, the state-owned club don't sell their players. It's a madness. Now we offer 200 million for a single player and they don't sell him. Okay, when players finish their contract, it is better. What is he talking about? He was talking about the fact that that's what they offered to buy Kylian Mbappe, and it wasn't so. Cristiano Ronaldo is Real Madrid's all-time top goal scorer, and the club have targeted Mbappe as the heir apparent to the throne of Cristiano Ronaldo. Is the heir apparent to the throne of King Jaffe, the ruler of Zamunda. And let's hope that one day Real Madrid will get their man. If they can't get their man, they obviously will go somewhere else and look for somewhere else. As they say, when the desired is not available, the available becomes a desire. So you gotta, shake a tail feather, do something, do one thing or the other, and see how it go. With an Hazard experiment, a spectacular failure so far. Los Blancos have made it clear that they want Mbappe, the 22-year-old, is extremely keen to move to Madrid and looks likely to do so after his contract with Paris Saint-Germain expires next summer. Okay, that short-term contract that made him a very powerful man. Another two players that you may never thought about it, but I'm going to put it in your head and I'm going to plant it in your head like a marketer who's trying to do subliminal marketing. Neymar and Ronaldinho. Yes, there's some similarity between these two players. And this is what I've got to say. Ronaldinho has often been portrayed as a typical Brazilian footballer, casual and unconcerned, but gifted with oddlies of talent. Okay, Ronaldinho's performance on the field were often interspersed with controversies off the field. Despite that, he remains one of the greats of Brazilian football. Neymar, in many ways, is no different. A world-class footballer with excellent dribbling ability, a prolific scorer, and a creator. The forward has understandably been compared to Ronaldinho so many times. So many times. So what do you think? You think these two guys have something to come on? Okay, both forward made their names at Barcelona. However, while Ronaldinho career petered out after his time in Spain, Neymar is still going strong. The 29-year-old is the world's most expensive footballer and a talismanic presence for both club and country. Now let me bring another two players that you never thought about, but I'm going to bring it now. And one is facing the storm of his life. He's in the eye of the storm. He's going through hell and high waters. But let's look at it from this angle. Trent Alexander-Arnold. If I ask you to guess who does he play like, who would you remind you like? He doesn't defend like this player, but he does play like a guy that we all love to call, or probably Murphy Jemba poison our mind to call him Ojo Ologbo. Yes, Murphy Jemba called Dani Alves Ojo Ologbo. This Trent Alexander-Arnold does remind me of that player called Dani Alves in a lot of ways. Trent Alexander-Arnold is regarded by many as a generational footballer, although such claims have not been well received by some. Okay, there is no denying Trent Alexander-Arnold's quality and talent. However, given how Dani Alves was influential from right back for one of the greatest sides in the sports, claims about Trent Alexander-Arnold bringing in transformation to the right back position have been criticized. Yes, a lot of people have criticized him, but it doesn't look the same. During his prime, Alves was a world-class attacking right back and boasted excellent creativity, passing, and crossing ability. Alexander-Arnold too boasts a similar skill set, and it can be said that some confidence that he is the best right back in the world right now. No. Okay, the England international is well on his way to becoming one of the greats of the game. And number two on my list is Pedri, being compared to Andres Iniesta. These two guys have something in common. As a matter of fact, Pedri at this age compared to Iniesta is miles ahead of Iniesta. Will he grow to become the Iniesta that we eventually got to know in his later days? I don't know about that, because this generation is Indomie generation. This is a 2 minutes noodles generation. They don't last. Even to the Nico made us understand that some husband lasts only 45 seconds. So this guy might just be a 45-second career. I don't know. Right? Anything is possible. Okay. The dysfunctional nature of Barcelona has been extensively covered. Despite all the shortcomings, they can be truly proud of some of the young talent that they have brought through the rank. Pedri, Ansu Fati, Gavi, and Ronald Araujo, okay, have all emerged as important first-team members during a dark period for the club. Pedri, in particular, has made his name as a prodigious young talent who should be sampled in Barcelona and Spain's midfield for years to come. Okay, let's hope that that happen. Okay, this is what Pedri said. He said, I was at the Barbers with my father, and there was a Barcelona match on the TV. I asked Baba to give me Andres Iniesta's record because he is my idol. My dad said, no, we can't do that because Iniesta is bad. Gotta remember. Strange things that you hear in the football space. The 18-year-old is calm, composed, and world class technically trained, which made him and the Iniesta stand out. Okay, new manager Xavi enjoys an excellent relationship with Iniesta, and Pedri will thrive under his management. Number one on the list, there is no penny for guessing who Messi plays like. We all know he's Armando Diego drug sniffing Maradona. Well, the two of them look alike. I don't have to read anything for you on this front. Okay, tomorrow evening, I would give you some famous football families. Okay, then you will tell me which family does it better than the Maldini family. Paulo Maldini, Cesar Maldini, Paulo Maldini, and his son. Well, that's the one we'll talk about tomorrow because we are out of time today. But before I go, let me read the final comments that came in through at the end of the conversation. That what I say to the Adam now, Ogogoro man. But he is nice. Ogogoro man. Even his book, the title of his book is Addicted. Okay, so you got to know that. And I mean, he's trying, he's rehabilitated, he's better now, but that's what he's known for. Hybrid 10, he said, I would like to bring Yakini, Finidi, Keshi, Fabregas. That's four. Yakini good, Finidi good, Keshi, Prime, yeah, good, Fabregas good. One more. Eze Patrick said, or the Gigi for the Philippine ladies. Lord Mayor, I don't understand what this guy is saying. Don't let me go and say something that would offend people. Please interpret for me. Bright. Monaco, a country. I have heard of it. Oh, yes, Monaco is a country. Yeah. So one of the most expensive place in the world to go to, right? If you're looking for people who are spending money without thinking, go to Monaco. The cars, the drive, some of the most expensive yachts, some of the most expensive and luxurious yachts are in Monaco and hotels as well. Some are ancient, etched and carved in rocks, but they are so expensive. It's like something you've never seen or heard before. Yeah, Monaco is a country for those of you who don't know. Here's a Patrick is a Vatican City. Yeah. Here's a Patrick went to say the team is made up of mainly Dickens. Yes, that's true. You're right about that one. I'm sure you're a Catholic guy. Hybrid 10 is say my coach will be Edafe Godola as assistant manager. Yes, I believe that. Pep Guardiola is my assistant. That will be the first day in training. I say, Pep Guardiola, you know what's up? You're my assistant for this one. Let's just have some fun and enjoy ourselves. Sylvester Kakoro said, it's great listening to you once again after those days in Brilla with Murphy Jemba. Where is the Jemba? Murphy Jemba is somewhere in Texas, shortly between Texas, where he works, and his family is in Maryland. So he's in the US having some fun, working in the financial institution, using what he studied in school to live his life right now and living it very, very well. Okay. I am now hooked and will follow you now on all handles. Okay. You are the Baba in sports broadcasting. Thank you very much. Kakuro say watching from Canada. Right. Thank you very much. And so the show have two faces. So for those people who have the daytime against your time, we have the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then the evening show is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we are just 2 minutes away from the end of the show right now. Right? Is it okay? I read that one. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun says the Guinea team supposed beat us here for Abuja Self. Even after we took that red card, we were just using Gragra to survive. And then we have Lord Mayor who says, boss, can you compare Chikwueze and Anthony this season? So if we're doing comparing, are you comparing the club Chukwueze and national? Because whatever comparing you're doing that, you're doing it just because of what happened on Friday and on Monday. Truth be told, if it is club performance, Chukwueze have been a lot more effective. 11 goals and 11 assists so far this season. It's been a lot more effective and been a better player for Villarreal than Anthony is. Anthony is, when we talk about talent, Anthony is really, really talented. But you still think about talent sometimes, it gets you high. You know, in the movie Scarface, we learned a phrase, never get high on your own supply. And I think that what happens with Anthony is not knowing when to play to the gallery, when to be obnoxious with that skill, when to be effective, how to use it very well, and then how to drive his selfishness to distinguish between, oh, I want to be selfish to help the team, or I want to play for the team and be selfless. He doesn't know all of that. So I think I will pick Chukwueze. I mean, in terms of club performance, I pick Chukwueze over Anthony because if you talk about this season, the club Chukwueze is the one that we've seen the most compared to the Chukwueze of the national team. You can't pick a player of just 2 games. So I think I pick Samuel Chukwueze. Not like I'm really a diehard fan of him, but I think at club level this season, let's be very fair and be objective. Give it to him. He's done very well. Because he didn't start the season like he was even going to play. Remember, I was coming from all these niggling injuries, surgery, and the rest of them. I saw the interview I did with him, the short interview, and he talked about the confidence. Any footballer that gets injured always come back with fear because you're thinking, is that thing going to snap? Is it going to cut? Am I going to get back injured again? And then it's going to end my career. All of those fear. And then if you're able to beat it and come back into the game, it's fine. Because I've been better this season. But again, Anthony, another thing you need to look at Anthony is that he came into a new club. Sometimes you give players time to settle in, time to find themselves and do well. But I think it's not helping himself. It's not just really playing well. It's playing to the gallery. Guys, this is why I draw the curtain on the show today. It's been fun. It's been exciting. Didn't start too well. It was slow. But then coming to the end, it's been fun. And thank you for everybody who's joining. Once again, Matthew Yakubu, wish we'll have you more and more and more. Let's do this again tomorrow in the morning. It's 9 to 10 a.m. And then in the evening, I know tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm still going to go to school, but I'm going to do my show. I've committed myself that every time I'm in Lagos, now you know that I can take the show with me everywhere I go. But every time I'm around, I'm going to do my show. I'm going to find a way around to drive through that traffic and go to my class and get my class done and then come back and I'll get the show done. So let's see yourself tomorrow morning. Sylvester Okako says, nice and enjoy your evening. You too. Have a wonderful time. God bless you all. My name once again is Idafri Manchester. You love to come in Elevator on us. This has been the Night Wheel on Elevator TV Radio. Thank you for being my guest on the show. Let's do this again tomorrow in the morning and in the evening. Bye-bye.